Good day, ciao, hola. How are you? My name is not Abe Laborio Jr. If you've been to the gigs, you know exactly what I mean with that. Top man, Abe, you made us laugh. My name is Dino V. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for commenting. If you don't like what I say or whatever, unsubscribe. My voice is coarse. My throat is coarse, I should say. After following Paul around in Paris and Madrid. Sounds like a song. So my voice is really shot. Too much singing and a lot of exhaustion. And Paul still has 4 more dates to go on this Got Back European leg of his tour. This is just a recap of really the last few days or the last week, which has been so phenomenal. You know, when Paul announced it, I thought, I'm too old to this. I'm not still 18. I mean, I'm about 38-ish, give or take a lot of years. And I thought, I don't know if I can handle doing this. I don't know if I can handle standing to a concert. You know, you get to an age and you think, I can't stand here. I've got to sit down. So this is just a summary and brief recap of the concerts and the travelling. Left UK, went into Gay Paris. Beautiful sunny first day, and we were going to go and see him out the Paris La Défense Arena with my great buddy and partner in crime, Monsieur Andy Cripps. Actually, yeah, sorry. So we went to the Paris concerts at La Défense, where we're staying in a hotel, which is supposed to be 15 minutes walk to the arena. It seemed like hell to get to the arena. You had to go on underpasses, bridges, steps. I've never walked so many steps. It was bitterly cold as we got there. I got there early and filmed some stuff of merchandise. Some fans were already there, queuing to get in early for the sound check. To all you people that stood in freezing cold or rain for hours and hours, I salute you. You're mad. Pazza totally mad. Monsieur Dino V says you're crazy. If I had the energy and I was younger, I would probably do it. To all you people that do it and stood outside freezing your bums off, I totally salute you. You're crazy, but it's great what you're doing. And years ago, I'd have done it. But I haven't got the energy now. I'd probably be asleep. And then, I don't know if I'll fall asleep through the gig, but just salute you. C'est magnifique, fantastico. So wherever you were, Madrid or Paris, standing outside, I salute you. Saw all the merchandise stuff and everything outside. Some differences. I mean, Paris La Défense was gigantic compared to Wiz Inc. I kept calling it Wiznik. So the Paris La Défense has about approximately 40,000 people in. I didn't count them. And the Wiz Inc. in Madrid, I think it's about 15,000. One thing I noticed about the Wiz Inc. arena was outside, when you're walking around the stadium, if you've seen my videos, you'd have seen there's no mention virtually of Paul McCartney. There's no big posters around the arena, so you wouldn't have known who was inside it. As Paris La Défense, gigantic things outside. So what's going on with Zinc, eh? Right, can I take this beret off now because I'm going to head to Spain? Concerts, but both of them, all 4 of them were astounding. The crowd singing their hearts out. In the difference in Paris was you got Michelle, you smell. That's what a lot of English people sing along to that song. And in Madrid, that was dropped. The opening songs changed. Was it Can't Buy Me Love to a Hard Day's Night, Can't Buy Me Love to a Hard Day's Night as well. Michelle was dropped for Madrid and nothing else was added. But what the crowd wouldn't let Paul stop singing is ole, 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 ole. Who's the biggest crowd? Who's the biggest? Who's the loudest crowd? The Parisians or the Spanish? Equally brilliant. In fact, at the and I want to say hello to all the people I've met from the UK. The guy outside the Paris La Défense, and just saying that trying to get into La Défense was insane, as in you were herded like cattle. Thousands of people there. Didn't see many organisation there in Paris. There weren't barriers telling you which way to go. There were no signs. There weren't enough staff. So Paris La Défense, fantastic stadium, fantastic sound, but you really needed to sort out where we all went. We got next to a guy who was from Coventry, which is in UK near Birmingham, and he'd flown to Colombia to see Paul. We're mad and poor. He flew to Bogota. On the way, British Airways lost all his luggage, but he got it back, and they lost it on the way back as well. but he also was in Paris. So hello to you. Don't remember all of your names. After one of the Paris gigs where we were sitting, on the first Paris gig, we were upstairs and it took forever to get upstairs. This poor old boy was suffering upstairs and we were struggling. But on the second gig, and we were right at the back, but the view and sound was just incredible. The second gig, we were lower down. Again, it was actually better than the first night. And after, we went up the stairs to go out, and there's a beautiful corridor, all nice dressed people in suits and dresses, looking amazing. It was the VIP dignitaries bit, I think. So we're going along. I was quite thirsty. I said, come on, let's go in this room. So we walked in this room. We had our caps on. Get back to where you want. We walked in and people looked at us because they all dressed smart and they could see what they're doing in here. What, these strange people? And it was free food and drink. Now, did I get a glass of wine? Maybe. Who knows? And did Andy go and scoff some food? Maybe. Did security come over to us? Maybe. Did the security man say to me, what's your... I think he was basically saying, where's your wristband? Which is one of these things, you know, wristband. So me being Dino V, I showed him my watch and said, no, it's 11:30. It's 11:30. No. I said, it is. Look, my watch is... He goes, no wristband, out. So I guzzled my wine and handed it to him. He did not look very happy with us. But so we went past all the VIP bit and went out laughing at the cheekiness of being in this VIP bit, which we stumbled into. We didn't go looking for it. In Madrid, we were getting confused. I think one day we were going downstairs and I don't know if you know, like in Beatles 64, in the Beatles' first US visit where Ringo's got the train and he doesn't know what city he is when he gets out. That's what it was a bit like with Paris and Madrid. We forgot. Oh yeah, it's not Madrid, it's Paris. Crazy, isn't it? So no wonder the Beatles couldn't remember where they were half the time. Anyway, so when we were staying in Paris, I'd booked us into a place where it was an old people's place. But it was a beautiful hotel. But it seemed that a lot of old people were residents in there, and that all the rooms hadn't been taken, so they put resident people in there. It was a lovely place, and it did make me feel very, very young. And they were lovely old French men and women there, mainly women actually, but made me feel a lot younger. In Madrid, which was booked through Event Travel, don't know if I've got any of their gump for you. They were fantastic. The Novotel was very, very near the stadium. It was that near the Whizzing Stadium. You stepped out, walked down the road, and the stadium arena, what was it? Whizzing Arena was there. When we were there, I had tickets to get early entry and we were standing. I was a bit worried about the stand and we got there very early. For the first night, we were the first in, Pista B. We got in, friends had already been to the sound check. There's mixed stories of that. A lot of people were waiting outside for a long, long time for it. Some people were physically sick, some were ill. This is just my advice to whoever organises this. The fans outside, even if it says you open up for the sound check, say sound check begins at 4:30, so fans get there early. It's up to them how early they get, but they want to get there first, don't they? So, and be first in line to get in first. This is just what I would say, because I hate to criticise things, but the music and everything sound fantastic. But what all the fans standing outside in that freezing cold, if it was raining, they'd been out there for 3 hours, 4 hours. It's their decision. But to me, maybe there should have been a marquee. Or if they've got the tickets or printed leaflets or whatever, let them inside, get them out of the cold. They're going to be standing for hours and hours that night. And it was a cold, as the sun went down in Madrid, it got really, really cold. And the same in Paris. To me, they should be let in. There should be a holding room. Give them some seats. Let them even sit down in the warm. You don't have to give them food or drink or whatever, but let them do. That's what I would say. Noticed at the sound check, someone turned up late. These two young chaps, don't know what country they were from. You got to bear in mind, on our travels, we met people from Sweden, Norway, Denmark, Spain, South Korea, obviously France, Spain, UK, so many. Israel. There were 4 guys outside the arena in, I keep going to say Poland. I met a lot of Polish people. So hello, all you crazy Poles as well. What should I say about a Polish person that was next to us? She didn't stop dancing and her dad was the coolest person in the village because I don't know what years it was, but no one was allowed kind of Beatles records, but he got them sent in from America, Beatles albums. So hello, miss, and all you Polskis. I've lost my train of thought. 4 guys from Israel were there. They paid roughly €1,000 each to go and see Paul. So Israel's a long way to come from, and they had a spare ticket. I would say to a lot of fans, it's worth turning up at events like this because you may get a ticket. There was someone walking around as well at the Wizink with a hat on. I think they had tickets for sale. I'm not sure if they're after tickets or tickets for sale. Tickets for sale, doesn't it sound like a Beatles album or a Beatles single mixed in together? So these Israeli guys, they were sitting playing cards. There were loads of people queuing up as well. Sorry, going back to the sound check, these two lads arrived late and security wouldn't let them in. We were at the front to get in outside, and these guys were on the floor, and he's like, please. You can see they were almost crying, and I totally get it. But the security said, no, you're late, you can't get in, and they were let in. Thank God they were let in. Things happen. Things happen with delays, whether it be trains, planes, boats, bicycles, cars, traffic, tubes. Please respect these fans that turn up late. They're not going to turn up late on purpose, are they? So good on security, let them in. On the floor, there was a big sign. You may have seen it on my photos, and you may be aware I've got Facebook channels, Facebook groups even. One called Coming Up, the World of Paul McCartney and Beatles, and one called Got Back 2024, to help fans share information on hotels, travel, getting into the gigs, getting out, how they're treated, good, bad, reviews of the songs, etc. Which this video isn't really about a review of the songs, which were all pretty fantastic. Lost my train of thought again, like I do, because there's so much to talk about. How can you talk about 4 concerts in less than 20 minutes? Anyway, that's what I'm trying to do. I forgot what I was saying. Inside. Oh yeah, I was talking about a card on the sign and card on the floor where these fans, I guess they weren't allowed in. He had a picture, I guess, in the tube, and it had a sign saying, please sign, Paul. Apparently people weren't allowed to take signs in for the sound check. Said about the sound check, it was quite some people. I think I don't know if it was the first sound check in Madrid, that you had a number written on you in pen. So if you was first in the queue, you got number 1, then you get number 2, etc., etc. And this is what I got told, that some people had wiped them off and they'd got a blue marker pen to say change the number, put their own number on them. Devious and probably troublemaking. You know, I'd have probably done it when I was younger. We're all cheeky. Most of us want to be at the front and near it, don't we? Inside, told you my voice is not good. Feels like I haven't slept much in the last week. Anyway, inside the Madrid gig was in Pista B against the barrier, and then you got Pista B, Pista A, where all the fans that have been the sound check and those in Pista A are at the front. And we're still very close at Pista B, and I wouldn't have cared about being that crazy at the front. Men and boys, people were there selling alcohol and popcorn. They had these massive fat things on the back that had alcohol in, and they'd come along, which was really good because you could have a drink. I won't drink anymore at concerts because I don't want to have a drink and need the toilet. I'm not saying I got a bladder problem, maybe, I don't know, but I've stopped drinking at concerts, which does get you dehydrated. So when you're out, you can't wait for a drink or two, which we had many of those at our hotel. Met some brilliant people. There were some expats living in Spain. They went and saw him. There was a Portuguese chap that come along and spoke to him. I thought he was Spanish, so I probably insulted him, but he'd seen one of my videos talking about the merchandise, so he's grateful for me showing that. I said people from around the world, Germany as well. I didn't mention there's lots of Germans, but there's people from all around Europe and the world, obviously heading to Spain and France, and no doubt the UK gigs, which are coming up, because that's the only countries Paul and the band are playing in. The band are absolutely astounding. Wicks, Brian, Rusty, Avery does his dance bit as well. What a band. You know, I think that's the best I've seen the band. I just think they're so tight. It was incredible. My highlights of the concert was Coming Up. When Paul performed Coming Up, which was the first song ever... Oh, hang on, no. He didn't do Coming Up. Maybe the UK. Hey Jude always gets the crowd going. Absolutely deafening. Live and Let Die. How do you explain that? It just gets better and better. Now and Then. Oh my Lord, Mamma Mia. Oh, now and then. The one that gets me is Something. There's something. When he goes from the acoustic bit into the do. You asking me, will my love go? And there's pictures of George up. I don't know why. Lily going now talking about it. Gets to me emotionally. There were fans crying everywhere. This lady from Polski, Polish, like, she cried so much, and she was FaceTime with her dad in Poland, and so he's seen Paul McCartney live and his daughter crying. So many fans were crying, and it's totally understandable. These aren't just good songs; these are emotional songs, some of the greatest songs ever, and it means the world to so many of us, let it be. Everyone's got their phones out and everything. There were scarves being waved in Madrid. Yeah, there was a guy that always put his Swedish flag up. And what I put up quite a few times, it did get on the screen, was just this. I don't support this football team. I do not support this. I support Leeds United. But I had this, hey, we're 4 boys from Liverpool, It's not a very good Liverpool accent. So that was one of my prop things. Right, I'm taking this one off now because that's my official Got Back 2024 cap, courtesy of my mate Andy C. Gracias, amigo. So, and I've done the French beret. I'm sure I've got another hat. Yeah. So I wore this bit as well. I said I don't support this team. I support Leeds United. Anyway, it's a Liverpool cap and it keeps you warm outside. I also had this on for a bit. This is what I got at the Colosseum in Rome. Paul McCartney, Roma, 2003 at the Colosseum. That was when he did Rollare. Oh, so I had that on I didn't wear it at the gigs or whatever. It's a bit sad, I suppose, but I look someone out of Karate Kid. Okay, it's enough of that. Here's one of my old scarves from many, many moons ago. I think, what's this one? The New World Tour? Was it the World Tour? No, this is the Flowers in the Dirt Tour, isn't it? So I've got various scarves that I take along with me. Sometimes I wear them, sometimes I don't. You may have seen my jacket. That's quite a cool jacket. It's a bit dirty now, but I'm not going to wash it because it's got a beautiful embroidered pattern on the back. Hearts. This is my heart from Liverpool, as you can see there. People will be taking hearts, and especially for the final concert. Stay up there, heart. Thank you very much. It doesn't want to stay. Okay, doesn't want to stay. Another thing I've got here. 2003 World Tour. And I can't remember where this was at. This is the official programme from the 2003 World Tour. Right, okay, so it was England. It was Earl's Court. Say it's about Earl's Court. I remember when I went to these gigs, the sound wasn't that great. The sound in Madrid and Paris, stunning. It was absolutely, probably the best sound I've ever heard. So all the technicians, engineers, sound guys, amazing. And the guys for the rigging and the pyrotechnics, just incredible. So this has got my name on it, and the reason being at Earl's Court, whatever date this was. So when did Paul play at Earl's Court? In 2003. So this was April. I think I've got written in one of my diaries. But at that, we saw Paul arrive, and Brian Riddle. Hello, Brian. Hello, Brian. Paul's. Yeah. Anyway. He said, right, I'll take a few things to sign. I think it was just programmes. You couldn't hand like a With the Beatles album or Ram or a photo of Paul. Maybe because people want to sell them on eBay. So Brian wrote my name down, took this away, got Paul to sign it and brought it back. So thank you very much. And I saw Brian at the one of the, stop saying Poland, Madrid gigs. He didn't remember me, but they won't. Don't know if I showed this wristband as well. He got that for early entry for one of the concerts. He got some nice tickets like this. It's so nice to have printed tickets. Sorry, this isn't a ticket. This is like a souvenir card thing, and it lists all the dates on the back. One of the Madrid gigs, I had the loudest singing girl ever in my life behind me. She couldn't sing in tune, but she knew every single word. In fact, she got some of the words wrong. So did I. I got some of the words wrong sometimes. Maybe it's the emotion of it. She had a great sign. I forgot what it said, and it said, "Paul, you're making me miss 2 exams," or something like that. What a lovely, lovely girl. Right, Christmas is coming, and we expect dun, 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 dun. Wonderful Christmas Time will be performed in the UK at British Concerts. Got 2 in Manchester, 2 in London. I expect it will be at all 4. Wear a Christmas hat and put it on during Wonderful Christmas Time. Don't take snows, that would be a mess. And I know this is distracting. This is an Italian one. Buon Natale. You might have a French one saying Joyeux Noël, or a Spanish one, Feliz Navidad. When I was in Madrid, how many times I heard that Feliz Navidad. I get fed up of hearing Mariah Carey's All I Want for Christmas, but Feliz Navidad, no, not for me, thank you. So yeah, wear your Christmas hats, wear them proud, look, and do that. Wonderful Christmas Times on. It's only going to happen in the UK. Maybe you'll do Mull of Kintyre, but don't go taking bagpipes long because that's just messy. Well, I'm going to wrap up because I don't want it to be too long. But what an adventure, what a lot of travelling. Every concert's just spectacular, and it's down to the brilliant band, the brilliant songs, the best crew on the planet, and the fans. The fans bounce off Paul. Paul bounces off the bounces off the fans. Met so many great people that I'd never met before, but I've known through Facebook and YouTube, whatever. And I'm looking forward to meeting many, possibly in Manchester and possibly in London, depend on if I do get the tickets that I paid for. But that's another thing. Scammers. I don't want to get negative about it. But at the moment, there's a problem for me. But hey, that's life, isn't it? And see what happens. If you're going, you're going to be blown away at the shows. Take some tissues to cry. Get some hearts or whatever you're going to have. Maybe wear some caps, scarves, flags, Christmas stuff for wonderful Christmas time. The show's going to be brilliant. It just enhances it all, and we can all say goodbye and thank you to Paul for the incredible shows that he puts on. Sometimes I feel I'm too old to go and be doing all this. I've seen a lot of older people. And there's another point I was saying when I was at the Spanish gig, saw two people when the concert was on with medics and security have to come to help. Two people. They were older, but I don't think age really makes any difference, does it? They have to be wheeled out in wheelchairs. And there was a person up the top who collapsed before the gig. Now, I don't know if that's exhaustion because they've all been waiting outside or standing or the heat or drink, I don't know. But thoughts with all of them. So just be careful and sensible, people. Respect all those around you. Enjoy it. Dance and sing along, but just respect everyone around you and be nice. You know, I mean, and in the end, I love you, Tate, is I love you, mate, etc., etc. Enjoy the gigs. I may see you there. Subscribe and like if you want. If you don't, then cheerio. Facebook groups coming up, the world of Paul McCartney, Got Back 2024. I also have a singles box set group called Group 3000, exclusively for the people that own Paul's 7-inch singles box set. Right, may see you. Enjoy the concerts wherever you're travelling from. Top respect to all of you. My voice is going. I talk too much. Catch you soon. And in the end, love you take is equal to the love you make. I'm going. Ciao.